Holtus. David, good morning.
Morning, David.
Good morning, Bridget. Good morning, Dan. Yes, this debate will rage on, I'm sure, for quite some time. We are talking to a lot of individuals who are very close to this off-road racing enthusiasm and community. And first of all, I want to talk to Ryan Lewis. He is a racer who races often, but was not racing this past weekend. At the last minute, your car wasn't ready, so you decided just to go and watch. Tell us, first of all, you were right in the middle of things for all of this.
Yeah, this was probably the first year in a few years I haven't actually participated in the race directly, either myself or riding with another driver. And we were in the crowd just watching, and I was in that exact spot a few moments before the crash. Kind of got a bad vibe, saw the situation, realized that, this is not quite safe in this exact spot. Said, I mentioned it to a few people, and then took off and got out of there, man.
Just a couple minutes later, it went down.
It went down, and it was definitely something you never want to see, for sure.
So as a driver, you felt that something just wasn't right, that this wasn't safe, that the crowd maybe had moved in too close.
Yeah, well, the thing is we know the dynamics of our vehicles. We understand what can happen in the worst case scenario. We do this. I've driven through that spot 100 times, at speed and during races, and just how they're testing the vehicle with not a soul around, and it's definitely something that we're well aware of. But I'll tell you one thing, that we can't always be completely prepared for the amount of people in such close proximity that we see, and we might not even be aware that it's even happening all the time, that there's that many people right there.
All right.
So.
Yeah. I want to move on to Austin Farner. He's a race blogger and has been getting a lot of reaction from your community. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, talk about some of the things that you're hearing from those out there.
Well, it's pretty much been all positive, and people offering their support and just wanting to help everyone out involved. There's even there's threads on there, with support for the driver, with all kinds of people from the off-road community.
Talk about that a little bit, because there was originally there was thought that maybe he in some way did something wrong, but that's not what we're finding out.
Yeah, that's not the case at all. It was a racing accident, and everyone knows that, and everyone who has been in a race, drivers, they're offering their support, saying it could have been any one of them. He didn't do anything wrong. Sometimes in these sports, things just happen and go wrong. It is an accident.
Any other key that you're hearing just from the community itself?
Well, there was a couple of reports, that a lot of media have been reporting about different facts that aren't quite true. Like a lot of them are saying that you have to go 15 miles an hour when you're in a race car in a race when you get near a crowd of people. That's not actually true. That's actually supposed to be 15 miles an hour for the chase crew and pit support people on access roads, not the actual race cars. The race cars do not have a speed limit when they're in the race on the roads.
And I know there's been a lot of support. I'm going to move along over here to Pat Dailey with fastaid.org. There's been a lot of support that he's been receiving on the blog, but a lot of people want to help and donate. And this is Pat Dailey, fast-aid.org, right there to go to, and they can donate.
Yeah, there's you can go on our website. It's fast-aid.org, and there's a link that says California 200. You can go and donate. We have a PayPal account set up. Donate $5, $10, $15, whatever you can.
And money is coming in pretty quick.
It's coming in really fast. We're up to almost $100,000 in the last 36 hours. We've had some big contributions from Mango Racing, as mentioned before, $50,000, and also want to thank Greg Adler of Four Wheel Parts. He's donated $10,000. So the support is overwhelming, and
a big event tomorrow night, just quickly in Temecula.
Yeah, there's a event at the Stampede in Temecula. We're doing a fundraiser for Fast Aid. We've also got some events at K1 Carlsbad next Sunday as well. That we're doing a fundraiser as well. So we're pumping the fundraising and raising money for the victims.
All right, thank you for talking to us.
Thanks.
All right, Dan and Bridget, I'm going to send it back to you. We're going to come back here in the next hour. We'll be talking again with Jim Holtus. He is the radio personality behind Totally Off-Road Radio, and Chad Ragland, who is a professional driver. We'll talk more about the topic of where do we go from here. There is, of course, concern that the BLM may be shutting things down here in the United States, or at least in California. That is a big fear that these racers and enthusiasts have. They don't want to just race in Mexico. So we'll talk about that a little bit coming up in the next hour as well.
Yes, I sense some new rules and regulations coming.
Definitely, when you talk about that, the BLM is going to have a whole lot of pressure to shut things down, at least temporarily. Yeah. And they've got some races coming up here in the near future that they really want to continue to race on.
Yeah, this is the season. Yeah. Winter time comes around, it starts to cool off out there.
One of the biggest areas for it, for
sure.
sure.
David, thank you.
Okay, you got it.
See you in a bit.
And